Hello students, in this session let us discuss about the general principles of discrete event simulation. So the concept of a future event list that we are going to discuss here. So let us see some definitions, concepts in discrete event simulation, some of the terminologies, system, model and all. Okay, please refer to the page number 61 of the PDF of textbook what I have shared. So system means a collection of entity that interact together over a time to accomplish one or more goals, that is called a system. Then model means abstract representation of a system. System state means a collection of variable that contain all information necessary to describe the system at any time. Entity is an object or a component in a system, right, which requires explicit representation in the model. Examples are given as you can go through. Property of entity is given as attribute. List is nothing but a collection of associated entities. Then event, an instantaneous occurrence that change the system, state of the system which is called as event. Event notice, a record of an event to occur at the current or some future time, okay, which is called as event notice. Event list, a list of event notice, okay, which will happen in future, which is called as future event list also, or FEL. Activity means a duration of time of specified length which is known when it begins, which is called as activity. And a delay is the time gap, right, a duration of time of unspecified indefinite length which is not known until it ends, we called as a delay. Clock, this is for representation of time, right, a variable representing simulated time. These are the terminologies we'll be using to study the principles of the discrete event simulation. Okay, so discrete event simulation, activity duration may be specified in number of ways. Activity can be specified, see, activity can be a deterministic one or a statistical one. Deterministic one means it occurs exactly after some duration, say one activity or event will happen regularly at after completion of fifth minute, say every 5 minutes you are going to observe one activity, such which is called as deterministic. Non or statistical means what? Statistical means a random draw from, say there are three possibilities, either it can happen at 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, say to 4 to 5 different probabilities available. Here it is given as 2, 5 and 7. So it can occur either after completion of 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 7 minutes, right? So which is called as statistical. And the third one, a function depending on system variable and or entity attributes. Okay, this is one depends on the other, function depending on the system variable or the entity attributes. This is the third type of the activity duration. Okay, so means it is varying, that's it, depends on the type of the system. So please go through the definition part and all this explanation part which is given at page number 62. And we will be discussing about the call center problem which we have considered in the last session, Abel-Baker call center problem. Now the model is redefined by considering the future event list. You need to define the things. You see, one of the very important topic it is again from the module number 1. Okay, system state to be defined. System states are what? Number of callers waiting, see, number of callers waiting to be served at time t. Then you have to say able, you have to find the system state of the able, system state of the Baker. If you remember this, then these things can be easily understood. See, whether you have to consider whether the total number of callers waiting in a queue, consider this as a queue of t time, then able is available, indicate able is being idle or busy, that to be identified, that is to be identified. So la of t, a stands for able, and lb of t, where b suffix b stands for the second member, that is Becker. Okay, there are two possibilities for LA and LB. System can be either 0 or 1. 0 stands for idle, 1 stands for busy. This is for our sake of convenience. Next you have to define the entities, then events, activities, delay. Okay, these things to be considered by considering this table. So this is the example table. Okay, we will be considering the actual table later on for the same example. This is the prototype of the system snapshot, actual state of the system at any point of time. Point of time is taken, say it is t. Just observe what are the things to be represented in particular row as well as column. Here to study about the FEL and all event scheduling time advance algorithm, you need to go through. So this is one of the important topic from this module, this chapter. I mean, the mechanism for advancing simulation time and guaranteeing that all events occur in correct chronological order is based on a list called as FEL. FEL is used for that purpose only. So what will happen, listen carefully. Suppose this is the first minute of simulation, so what will happen at second minute to be considered first, followed by third minute and minute number 4, isn't it? It should be in chronological order. That is decided by whom? That is decided by the future event list. This list contains all event notices for event that have been scheduled to occur at a future time. Okay, that occur at a future time in chronological way. That is important. Again, scheduling a future event means that at the instant an activity begins, its duration is computed or drawn as a sample from a statistical distribution, and that the end activity event together with its event time is placed on the future event list. We'll be considering this, I mean revising once again this by considering the example of Abel Baker as well as one more dump truck problem. Okay, so chronological order, ordering the event, this you need to go through carefully. T is the initial time, should be smaller than t1, say 1 minute. 2 minute, it is something like 1 minute, which is lesser than 2 minute, right? On clock 3 on clock, 10 4 on clock, 5 on clock, and so on till the say it is 10:59, assume 10:15, right? The concept of clock comes here. Say initial duration or initial time on clock is t, it is marked as, right? The sequence of action, the sequence of action that a simulator must perform to advance the clock and build a new system snapshot is called the event scheduling or time advance algorithm. So what is time advance algorithm then? What is the definition of it? The sequence of action that a simulator should take, okay, to advance the time, I mean to get a new duration when the event is to be occurred, and fill the contents over the future event list. That is called as time advance algorithm or event scheduling time advance algorithm. Very very important definition. Okay, this is for your reference. These explanations are given. Okay, which is the um, smallest event, I mean, which is the event to be occurred in the near future to be placed first, followed by the next event, and so on. Okay, these are all the example tables. Its meaning is given there. You just go through. I'll be directly moving on to the example, programming example, I mean. Yeah, you can go through these explanations. Okay, where you can see the arrival time, departure time, service time, everything. So I'll begin with the call center, that Abel Baker problem once again. Now this time we are simulating this Abel Baker problem for 100 customer or whatever the number of customers, by considering concept of FEL or future event list. So activity and condition are given for Abel Baker, that service time by Abel and service time by Baker. Okay, service time by Abel is what? Caller is in queue and Abel is idle. That is service time for Abel. Caller is waiting and Abel is idle. It will be the Abel will be taking that call, and it is service time for Abel. Similarly for Baker is, and Baker takes the call only when Abel is idle, as per the problem definition. Recall, right? So let us list out the system state. So students, let's begin with single channel queue first, followed by the multi-channel queue. Since Abel Baker, which is multi-channel queue, right? Single channel will begin with single channel queue, the simple program first, followed by the other things. Okay, system state definition, as you can go through, entities, events, and or normally events are arrival and departure, and there is a stopping event for 60 minutes. Since we are going to run the simulation, single channel queue of grocery store, say grocery store with one shopkeeper, only one teller who is handling all the customers, right? System, yeah, arrival, departure, and stopping event you can see, and event notice. This is important. Event notice, A is a letter used for arrival event, D for departure, E for exit. A comma T, which represents arrival event at time t, D comma T represents departure event at time t, E comma 60 represents the exit, right, stopping event at 60th minute. Then activities and delay. This is the input table given. Inter arrival and service time values are given. Not for all the 60 or 100 customers it will be hardly for 5 to 10 customers will be given. Okay, inter arrival time is the time duration between two customers. For first customer, inter arrival time will not be applicable. This is the value. This is the value is the representing the inter arrival time between first and second customer, that is 1 minute. Service time of first customer. Okay, please try to understand this table. Inter arrival time is the time duration between customer number 1 and customer number 2. This is the service time for which customer? Customer 1, this is the service time. Inter-arrival time between 2 and 3, service time for second customer. Inter-arrival time between 3 and 4, and this will be the service time for third customer, and so on. Okay, this is the input table given. We'll make some assumptions. We'll assume the clock starts at 10 a.m. or say 0. Time on clock will be 0 initially. Okay, so this is for your reference. And just go through the flowchart. Arrival event which occurs at time t. So what will happen? ls of t is 1. There are two probabilities, so that means busy, state is busy or free. 1 stands for busy, 0 stands for free. So if it is 1, yes, means you have to increase the length, that is you have to assign the waiting time for the customer, right? Otherwise you have to take you have to set the value of ls, that system state, to 1 and go for providing the service. Generate the service time, right? So total time will be the time on clock plus service time, it will be that time it will service will be completed. This is about the inter-arrival time, that is the time between two customer. Okay, fine. This one flowchart representation of arrival event. Similarly we have departure event execution also, right? Just go through the flowchart. Similar flowchart, you will come to know its meaning. Now this is the table, simulation table for the checkout counter program, single channel queue, what we have discussed earlier. So first you need to define the clock followed by system state. Clock followed by system state. Okay, system state, there are two things. One is server state as well as queue state you need to define. Server state and queue state, please remember, busy stands for 1 and free stands for 0. Okay, LQ here stands for the length of the queue, number of customers in queue at a time t. ls of t stands for the state of the system, whether it is free or busy. Then future event list to be generated, FEL is to be generated as per the algorithm. Next, this is for your reference purpose, this comment is not compulsory. Okay, for your reference purpose, understanding purpose, then cumulative statistics to be mentioned. Fine. Here in cumulative statistics, B stands for total busy time for the server and MQ for the maximum queue length, right? Maximum queue length till time. This is total busy time of the server till time. Okay, if you take the snapshot any moment you are supposed to be you should come to know what is the total busy time of the server, as well as what is the maximum queue length observed till time. Okay, will take the clock time for a first customer is 0 for the sake of convenience. There is no question of entering to the queue, directly he will go for getting the service. Then future event list, see there are 3 types of events. One is arrival, all the 3 you should list. Okay, arrival, second one is departure, and third one is exit. So arrival, when the next customer will arrive. Next customer will arrive after 1 minute, isn't it? After 1 minute, because of what? Because of the table, input table what they have given. See, inter arrival time between two customer given as customer number 1 and customer 2 given as 1. That's why what you are supposed to find, you have to consider the value in that table. Arrival, next arrival takes place at after 1 minute, 10 1. So a comma 1. When the departure of the current executable, I mean current event, departure takes place. The current event will be the departure event for the current process will takes place after 4 minutes. Why? Because check the input table of service time. What is the service time given? Service time given as 4 minutes. So at what time? At 10:04 departure takes place. Okay, pause the video, watch it repeatedly still if you have any confusion means. Third one is exit. So process will exit at 60th after completion of 60th minute. That's it. This is constant value is given. So this is for your reference purpose. As you can see, A stands for arrival time, S stands for the service time. So schedule next day after 1 minute, schedule first departure after 4 minute, right? Total busy time of the server on a clock it is 0 minutes, so 0 minute. There is no question of queue, so 0 only. The next event to be considered. What is the next event? Observe here. What is the next event? When the next event occurs, next event is the arrival event at what time? At a comma 1, that is first minute, right? So next event occurs at first minute on clock 10:01. What is the system state? System state ls is still busy. It's still busy. Till what time it will remain busy? It will remain busy till 10:04. Please understand. So what the customer, second customer should do? He should wait in a queue for how many number of minutes? For 3 more minutes, isn't it? Since the first customer has occurred at 10 a.m. and he will be departed at what time? 10:04 a.m. Second customer is observed at second customer came to a particular shop at what time? At 10, say here 10:01 a.m. So what is the waiting duration for him? It will be 3 minutes of waiting for him, isn't it? So length of queue, LQ, will become 1. The customer has to wait, right? Next, again 3 types of event to be listed. A2, second arrival. Second arrival occurs after 1 minute, right? See, there is an inter-arrival time given 1 again. Time between second and third customer is 1 minute. 1 minute, isn't it? So next arrival takes place at what time? Next arrival takes place at 10:02. Just add 1 to it, existing value. Departure, first departure takes place at what time? First departure takes place, not yet happened, right? At 10:04 it takes place. So second arrival occurs A1, that means plus 1 to the existing value A comma 2 is written hence. Customer is delayed. Okay, what is the waiting time? What is the length of the queue then? Server busy time till server is run for 1 minute, so busy time is 1. MQ is what? Maximum queue length till time is 1 minute. Next event occurs at, check the clock here, this is the value on clock 2. Second customer arrives. Second customer arrives, so second customer again should wait in a queue only. Why? Second customer also should wait in a queue because he is coming at what time? 10:02. At 10:02 the second customer arrived. But what will happen? Since first customer service is not yet completed, he should wait behind second customer. Total length of the queue will equal to 2. Total length of the queue, LQ, which is equal to 2 now. And ls of t, server is busy, isn't it? Server is busy, ls of t equal to 1. So next departure takes place at what time? Once again refer to the input table, check. Now say next inter-arrival time. What is the next inter-arrival time? 6 minutes. What is the service time? 5 minutes. Keep this value 6 and 5 in your mind. Okay. So next arrival takes place at what time? Now the current time is a comma 2. Add 6 to it. If you add 6 to it, what will happen? 8 you will get, right? When the departure takes place, first departure takes place at 4th minute in near future. Write it first, chronological order on. Okay, the time should be in chronological order. That's why we have considered departure first followed by arrival. You can write A8 followed by D4, not an issue, but it should be in chronological order. That's why departure and arrival, these parameters are interchanged here. Okay, total server visit time is 2 minutes now, and total length till time, maximum length observed is 2. Okay, um, please observe the table in a similar way. If you have any doubt, you can ask. One of the simple program, the things explanation everything is there in your notebook, since in detail we have discussed this in the classroom for 10 customers, I think. Please refer your notebook. Even explanation is there in your notebook. Go through it. If you have any doubt still, you can ask. We'll continue our discussion, that is a dump truck problem, in the next session. Thanks for watching.